everyone, I would like to welcome you all back to the gloomy winter. It's terrible weather today. It's raining. It's very flat, very soft light. Very moody. Extremely moody. It's, you know, that cloud that I talked about in the last video. That one singular cloud. Not clouds. There's no contrast, no nothing in the sky. It's that kind of cloud. So, I have one thing in mind. Further in here, there is a little bit of a stream running down, some moving water. I don't know if it's frozen over or not, but we're gonna go there and check that out. And that's the best idea I got for today. You might be wondering why I'm going out on a day like this when there really isn't too much interest in the landscape or too interesting light. Well, the thing is, you have to go out sometime. And today I have time to go out, so I'm going out. I'm not gonna wait around hoping that the light gets better some other day. The best thing to do is just jump in the car and just try to go somewhere, even if it isn't the best conditions. Okay, so we're closing into the stream now, and I can see from the car here that it is water running, so it isn't frozen over. That's positive. And let me see if we can park the car here, perhaps. Yes, this should be good. Let's try to use someone else's tracks here. Yeah, that worked perfectly.
I hope you can hear me here. It's kind of a lot of noise coming from the waterfall. I'm getting real close to it here, but I think the best position to stand would have been straight in the middle of the water. That's impossible, especially when you don't have any kind of gear for it. So I'm just gonna try to frame up something here and see how that looks.
So I've been trying a few different things here, mainly, well, experimenting with what shutter speed would work best for this amount of flow. It's flowing pretty fast, but still it's kind of a lot of things happening, so I want to use a quite long exposure really in order to get the perfect smoothness for this water. And the other thing is the composition. It's really, the backdrop isn't overly interesting, so it's a battle between showing enough of the water and giving it some context in the area, but not putting too big an emphasis on the surroundings, because as I said, they aren't really overly interesting. Where I'm standing right now, I can really get it to flow from one edge, or from one end of the picture over to the other one, so from here to like from up here to down in the other end, and that really creates a good compositional flow through the image. I haven't settled on what I'm going to use as a final composition just yet, but the good thing about being out in this kind of weather is that I really have all the time in the world. I can stay here for hours and the light wouldn't change in any particular way. I'm having to use a ND filter because it isn't as dark as it would have been if there wouldn't have been any snow, but the snow really brightens up the landscape. So I put on a 4-stop ND filter and I can get shutter speeds as low as 15 or 30 seconds now, and that's really starting to get good. I still have some work to do here before I'm really satisfied, so I'm gonna go back to working on the composition and hopefully I'll find the perfect composition soon. Alright, I think I managed to find the perfect composition now. The thing that I did was the bridge that goes over the water. I framed that in the top rightmost part of the frame, and then the water just flows down from there, down and out from the bottom left part of the frame, and that just creates a nice flow through the image, and I think it works pretty good. I'm currently taking a longer sequence of pictures. I found that 1/6 of a second is the best exposure at f11 and with the 4-stop ND filter and ISO 100. So I'm using that, and then I'm capturing a sequence of images over 2 or 3 minutes. Then I could, if I wanted smoother, I could blend a certain amount of those pictures in post with image stacking to get a simulated longer shutter speed. So I have the lenience in post really to choose how long a shutter speed that I want, but shorter than 1/6 of a second I'm really sure that I don't want, because then the water is just too rough. But I think 1/6 of a second is really a nice shutter speed for this waterfall. Well, this was fun. I think I managed to get away with a really good picture here of the waterfall. I tried a few different compositions, different angles of the water flowing and things, but I think I managed to nail the best composition the first time, because that really shows the most of the scene while still remaining a good, flow of the water, and I think it worked pretty good actually. So I'm really satisfied with that. I'm gonna end this video here because, things are starting to get a little bit wet and could get a bit colder. I don't want, especially you, I don't want this camera to freeze up or anything. So I think it's best to end now while I'm really happy and everything, and I have some things to do at home as well. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you all next week. Until then, goodbye.